Well, one of the longest road trips in pro soccer is almost over. The Columbus Crew is in first place after 7 games on the road. The team needed to give a different crew, the construction crew, time to get their new home ready. Dom Taberry is in our Chopper 10 tonight, landing at the new Crew Stadium right now as we speak. Dom, an exciting time.
Hey, this is fabulous, Andrea, and we are getting landing right outside the stadium, and we are going for the next hour and a half give you a complete tour of this new facility. Getting out of the helicopter, let me take my headphones off, and we're coming out. I want to thank Captain Terry Ault for giving us a limo ride in here to this facility. Thanks a lot. We'll come out this way right towards you, and if you look right over there, that is the stadium. 22,000 plus fans will be here tomorrow night, and for the next hour and a half, we're going to get you caught up and take you everything and show you everything here in this facility.
Oh, I love that.
You know, Dom, don't let anyone ever tell you that you don't arrive in style.
I will only have a grand entrance when I come to a place. For something this dignified, this big, I'm only going to come in a chopper or nothing. I said either a chopper or I don't show.
Well, you know what? We can't wait to see inside and see that tour. So thanks, Dom. We'll let you get in, and we'll check back with you shortly. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, and I'm glad to see that worked out for him like
Dave.
that.
Hot Squad. You'll hear about their special mission from above.
And I'm Dom Taberry, live in the Columbus Crew's brand new stadium. Coming straight ahead, the tour begins. Don't go away.
Well, you could call tomorrow moving day and homecoming day for the Columbus Crew soccer team. The squad will move into their new digs tomorrow night. As you can see, the Crew's brand new stadium near the State Fairgrounds is ready for tomorrow's home opener. And Dom Taberry is there live in a place most fans never get to see, right, Dom?
Well, Jerry, this is where it will start tomorrow night for the Crew. This is their locker room. Thomas Dooley's, he can put stuff in here. All the players will get dressed and ready for tomorrow's inaugural game here in the stadium tomorrow. Now, they will head out of the locker room. I want to show you, this is pretty neat the way this is. We'll come down this portal right here, and then this leads out to the tunnel. Right across the other side, that's the visitors' locker room. So both teams will come out. They'll converge in this tunnel, and boom, as you can see right in front of me, that's the stadium. 22,000 plus will be here. It's a sellout. This is the first soccer-specific stadium in the United States, and this place will be rocking and rolling. Of course, the Crew had to play all those road games, but as Dorothy said, we all know in the Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. Tomorrow night against the New England Revolution. So this is what the players will see as they come out. They'll be screaming, they'll be yelling, they'll be hanging over this thing, going crazy. The players will be excited. And, you know, coming up next, we're going to show you more of this place, including the very unusual concession stands. You won't want to miss that, Ref.
We are already excited, Dom. You got us pumped up. Thanks a lot.
I am. I'm ready to kick something.
Okay. We'll catch up with Dom at his next stop on the stadium tour in just about 10 minutes. Tomorrow's home opener starts at 7:30 p.m. And as he said, that game is sold out.
Now, if you're not one of the lucky ones going to the game, you may want to avoid that part of Interstate 71 tomorrow night right around 17th Avenue. It is going to be busy. Allowance.
And I'm Dom Taberry, live at the Columbus Crew Stadium. Hey, you know, there's really not a bad seat in the house. When we come back, the tour continues.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Davis. Not a seat that's going to get wet either. Taking a quick look at live dual Doppler 10 tonight. Hey, it is quiet out there for the most part. Your weekend forecast is coming up.
Well, it is what Crew fans have been waiting for a long time, a new home for America's hardest working team. The new Crew Stadium will open tomorrow night for the home opener, and Dom Taberry joins us live from the stadium with a grand tour tonight. Where are you now, Dom?
Well, Andrea, I got to tell you, there's really not a bad seat in this place. They really went out of their way to make sure no matter where you're at, you can see the game. I want you to notice all 4 corners of this place. That's where you'll see that the concession stands and restrooms are located, so that, you know, each half is 45 minutes. There's an intermission. There could be a shootout. Let's say you get hungry, you're excited, you're into the game, you want to get something to eat. You can come right over here, and you don't have to miss any of the action. Or if you got to go to the bathroom, of course, that's right over there. And here's some of the food they'll be serving. Of course, Pepsi. They've got beer, hot dogs, bratwurst, chicken, popcorn, all kinds of stuff. Sir, I'll have a sports drink because, you know, I'm a Swifty kind of guy. There you go. Thank you very much. And that's all you got to do. And you know, they're going to let me have this one. No, I've got to pay for it. How much? Oh, I don't have any money. Oh. So much for that idea, you know. But anyways, it's really, they thought of everything. They want to make sure if you're coming here, you can stand right here. Look, literally, here's the concession stand. There's the field of play.
Don't miss a thing.
Yeah. Right
Swifty
there.
kind of a guy? What does that mean, Dom?
Swifty, you know, I'm quick on my feet.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Tickets, by the way, are sold out for tomorrow night's big game, but you can still get in on the next 2 home games. May 22nd against Tampa, and May 29th, the Crew takes on L.A. with a concert afterwards as well.
Oh, I tell you, that'll be kiting balloons, though, for Chief Meteorologist Mike Davis, because we got a great soccer day weather forecast, right?
Yeah, you know, not too hot for running around, whatever your activities are this weekend. A little warmer on Sunday, but tomorrow night looks good, and I'll have a special crew cast coming up tonight at 6 o'clock.
Back here in Central Ohio, the seats are in place, the concession stands are all set, and now all that awaits tomorrow's first ever game in the Columbus Crew's new stadium are the fans and the players. Our sports team's Dom Taberry has his seat picked out, and he is live from the Crew's stadium along I-71. Dom?
Well, Dave, you're getting a good look at me from high up in Chopper 10, and this is a beautiful place, an absolutely gorgeous place, all ready to go for tomorrow's game, a sellout. 22,000 plus will be here to see the Crew take on the New England Revolution, of course, the inaugural game. And I got to tell you, this place will be sold out tomorrow. These are, believe it or not, the cheap seats. You take a look up high here. This is as high as you go. But look at this view down here, folks. There is not a bad seat. As a matter of fact, if I was going to pick a place to sit in this stadium, it would be up here because this is gorgeous. This place will be rocking and rolling, as I say. Tomorrow, 7:30, the Crew taking on the New England Revolution, the inaugural game in this brand new stadium, Dave.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dom. Pre-game festivities are set for 7 tomorrow night at that stadium, and game time, once again, as Dom said, is scheduled at 7:30 against the New England Revolution.
And speaking of sports, construction is taking place on the future home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is a look at the Nationwide Arena. The National Hockey League expansion team will start playing here in September of next year.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Davis joins us now with the Doppler 10 forecast for the weekend. Mike.
You know, gray tonight, guys. It was a gray day today, but it should be beaming tomorrow by the time they open the first soccer-specific stadium in the country. Now, you see how overcast it is. These are our Sky Zoom pictures from Chopper 10 up there tonight of the brand new Crew Stadium. The game is tomorrow. It starts at 7:30, and you can see a little bit of haze out there tonight. It should be brighter and should be a terrific day for soccer or whatever your outdoor activities are come this time tomorrow. Well, let's start by doing our crew cast for tonight. Our crew cast says with that 7:30 start, you're talking partly cloudy. Temperatures will peak at about 70. We'll be back in the upper 60s by the time the game starts, falling further back into the 60s as the game goes along. Light southeast winds, a good night to dedicate a new stadium.
Tonight was the night soccer fans in Columbus and across the country have been waiting for. The Crew's first game in the first stadium in America built specifically for soccer. There were plenty of folks on hand to see the historic game. The view from Chopper 10 shows more than 24,000 people who turned out, most of them to cheer the Crew on to victory. Right now, the lights are still on in the stadium as the cleanup goes on. For fans, it's been a night to remember. 10 TV's Dom Taberry is standing by live with a look at the game that made history tonight. Dom?
I'll tell you what, it's quiet here now in the stadium, but just a short while ago, this place was rocking and rolling. 24,000 plus fans here. Of course, it seats 22,500, but they brought in some extra seats for tonight's historic first and inaugural game. And the fans that were here were not disappointed. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at some of the action, and we'll pick it up in the first half. And just check out this teamwork between Stern John and Jeff Cunningham. John feeds Cunningham, and he boots it in for the goal. And really, that's all the Crew would need as they go on to win their inaugural game in a new stadium, 2-0. Now, coming up later in sports, we will have all the highlights. We will hear from the players. Plus, we will be joined live by Crew head coach Tom FITZGERALD to get his thoughts on the day's activities. And what a day it was for Crew fans. No one left here. As a matter of fact, many of them are still outside the stadium partying. The band is playing, and they're having a good time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They had bagpipes out there earlier this evening. Thanks, Dom.
Uh-huh.
Now we want to hear those thoughts from fans who were in the stadium to see the Crew play in there for the first time. While the Crew tried to score on the field, fans gave the new stadium its own score. Jeff Cochran on the left gave it good marks.
Fantastic. They did a really nice job on the layout. It's really close to the field, closer than any other Major League sporting event.
That seemed to be the consensus among fans of all ages.
It is awesome. I mean, it's just beautiful. Sebia, look at him.
You better grab that, don't you?
Yeah.
I went past the stadium last Saturday, and it was beautiful lit up. And then tonight, I was just still all eyes.
Even fans for the opposing team called it a winner.
The best stadium in America. Every MLS team should have a stadium like this.
Fans say the good part is even if you're up here in the very last row, the view is still pretty good.
Greatest seats in the house.
The only complaints involve the video screen and the scoreboard. Some fans want to see more stats. Others say it's too much to take in all at once. But in the end, the first stadium in the country built for a soccer team chalked up a win. Fun night out there. The stadium is just the icing on the cake this season. The Crew's already in first place in its division.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dom Taberry coming to you live from the Crew's new stadium, and let's talk sports and let's talk Crew soccer. What a night it was. Can you say, wow? That's the best way to describe what we saw tonight. First half, and Stern John feeds Jeff Cunningham. How about that shot, sports fans? That made it 1-0 to Crew in the first half. Now in the second half, and Cunningham will return the favor, lays it out perfectly for Stern John. The header is good. That goes in there, baby. 2-0. The Crew go on to win.
It was a great win for us. I mean, we're all on cloud nine. You know, great atmosphere. The fans were great. Brand new stadium, and we're just out there having fun. You know, I'm glad we came out with a victory.
Wow, it was awesome. I'll tell you what, it's one of those things where it's so exciting and there's just so much going on, you can't even remember it. You think back and there's just too much to comprehend, the noise, the game, just everything, but it was awesome.
It was awesome, and this man here, he's got his victory cigar going. He's happy.
Yes, I do.
Crew coach Tom FITZGERALD, just put it into words. How good was it?
Well, it was very good. We accomplished everything we wanted to. We kept ourselves in first place. We had a wonderful inaugural night here for our opening day, and May 15th, everybody's going to remember this day in Crew history and around the world. 2-0 victory, a shutout. Goals from Jeff Cunningham and Stern John. Couldn't have been a better script if you wrote it yourself.
All right, Tom, we've got some video we want to show you. As promised, we shot you guys as you came out. The folks were going nuts. Just tell me what's going through your head, and you can see what it was like as you guys came out.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think my feet hit the ground until when I left the locker room until I got to the bench, and just so much excitement, so much enthusiasm. 24,720 people here enjoying opening night in our new Crew Stadium.
You know, you guys added some extra seats. You talk about that. This place normally seats 22,500, 24 plus here with the extra seats. A lot of people had a good time. What's your message to those fans? You guys got a lot more games now.
We got a lot more games. This is the first of 16 games. We got a win. And all those fans that were a little skeptical about whether or not they were soccer fans, I think they'll be back because they had a good time tonight.
Crew coach Tom FITZGERALD, you're a class man.
Thanks,
Thank you very much. This guy's a winner, folks. What he did tonight and what he's done so far, the Crew remain in first place. Just a fabulous night as they take care of business in this inaugural game, 2-0.
Tonight on Wall to Wall Sports, the Crew opens a new stadium in grand fashion. We're putting on the Ritz with Fitz. Tom FITZGERALD joins us live in the studio. The baseball Buckeyes finish the regular season. We'll tell you what's next. From a joke to the Jake, we'll reflect on Richard Jacobs' ownership of the Indians. And it's the latest trend in college basketball, transferring after your sophomore year. Our cup runneth over. Next on Wall to Wall Sports.
You know it's big time when Michael Buffer is there. Yes, it's been a while since we have seen the Columbus Crew play, and it's great to have them back here in Columbus. It's a great also to have you back for Wall to Wall Sports. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Last night was not only big for the Columbus Crew, but also really for all of soccer throughout the United States.
That was a lot of fun, yeah. All right, maybe all of America wasn't watching yesterday's Crew game, but all of Soccer America was. By building a soccer-specific stadium, the Crew has taken the lead in spreading the popularity of soccer in this country. What makes it even better is the product on the field. With a 2-0 win last night over New England, the Crew maintains first place in the Eastern Conference and with 14 points, trails only defending champion Chicago in total points. No one else has 6 wins, so the Crew definitely has things going well on and off the field.
I'm very happy. 7 games on the road, come back as in the first place. Beautiful crowd, sold out, new stadium, everything is perfect. We're all on cloud 9, you know, great atmosphere, the fans were great, brand new stadium, and we're just out there having fun. You know, I'm glad we came out with a victory.
How appropriate that a team from Columbus have construction workers in its emblem with the Schott Nationwide Arena, the Crew Stadium, and renovations to the Cooper and Ohio stadiums. Practically all of Central Ohio's sports venues have new looks. The Crew Stadium is perfect for soccer with excellent sight lines and intimate feel. Just as Ohio Stadium was built for football, Crew Stadium was designed for soccer. With many of the Crew players in their 4th year in the MLS, they know a good stadium is more than just grass and bleachers.
I mean, the atmosphere in the stadium is great, and the stadium is nice. So the stadium motivated us to come out and play.
30 minutes beforehand, we're pacing around in here. It's like, let's play this game. Can't handle the anticipation anymore. And when it finally happened again, you know, it was amazing.
Yes, it was. And in kind, the crowd responded. A sellout of over 24,000 cheered the black and gold on. The players can hear the fans at the new facility. Unlike over at Ohio Stadium, where they were so far away, now they're right on top of the action. After being on the road the first 2 months, the Crew just appreciated those partisan voices.
But talk about the 12th man. You know, we've been on the road for 7 games and almost forgot what it was like to play at home. And playing at home, this is like playing, I don't know, tenfold at home. And, you know, I'm not sure that all the players were really expecting the crowd to be so electric.
Well, although Brian McBride was out with a fractured cheekbone last night, the Crew didn't skip a beat up front. The story of the game was a play of Stern John and Jeff Cunningham, who just ran circles around New England. Both scored goals, and they both worked very well together, which is working out for the Columbus Crew.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad they're on my team. I wouldn't want to play against them. I mean, they're 2 of the most lethal strikers in the league.
Brian goes out, Stern comes in, Jeff's out there, he's on fire. You know, I don't know what you think if you're the other team.
Myself and Brian have a great chemistry, and myself and Jeff haven't played for a while, so we just have to get the chemistry going, and we'll be a team to reckon with.
Well, tonight we are privileged to be joined by the head coach of the Columbus Crew. Right now he is standing by with Jeff Hogan with Tom Fitzgerald.
That's right, Herbie. Thank you very much. Tom Fitzgerald joins us. You said it just a minute ago. Man, you couldn't have scripted it any better than yesterday.
Everything was great. The weather was great. I mean, almost 25,000 people in the stands. When we walked out of the locker room, I'm still excited. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. But when we walked out of the locker room last night, and I looked up in the stands, I don't think my feet hit the ground all the way to the bench. It was just absolutely incredible. And we were trying to pull the reins back on the guys a little bit because they were so emotional. They just wanted to play. Normally we have a 20-minute warm-up. We go in the locker room for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we come out. Yeah. Yesterday we had to warm up at 6:30 till 10 minutes to 7, and we had 45 minutes to kick off. So when we came in after the warm-up, everybody was just dancing around the locker room. I had a couple of guest speakers come in, Hank Steinbrecher and Dr. Bob Contaguli, who's the president of the United States Soccer Federation. I just had them come in for a couple of minutes just to break up the monotony of having to look at these guys and having them look at each other for 45 minutes. So everything was perfect.
No big-time pregame speech needed from you to get these guys up, and then they go out and do the job, you know, a 2-0 win.
Absolutely incredible. Jeff Cunningham, he told me before the game, he said, Coach, I've never been so nervous in all my life. I said, Jeff, just go out on the field and do what you do best. You score goals, you have fun tonight, enjoy this moment. This is your opportunity, and that's exactly what he did.
Now, how about the start for this team? Ties the best ever at 6-2, getting out of the blocks, and you know, with the points just a shade behind Chicago in the entire MLS.
Yeah, we've gotten off to a great start. In 7 of our first games were on the road. We came back 5-2. We thought as a team and as coaches that if we could get anything over 3 or even 4, that would be a great start. We only won 4 games last year and the year before out of 16. So we've got 5 wins on the road already, 1 at home. We're 6-2 and off to a great start in first place in the Eastern Conference.
All right, let's go back before the game even started. You told me the story earlier, but tell the folks at home, we got a little video of you arriving at this. You know, Dom Tiberi comes in the helicopter. You went in style as well.
I did. You know, I had a police escort, 3 guys from the Sheriff's Department. Absolutely fantastic ride to the stadium. And, of course, I'm in my 47 Nash, which is a great ride anyway. But we had a good time on the way to the stadium and got there. And, of course, everybody's wondering, who's this in this 47 Nash? But it was great.
Definitely, you had it all going on. How about Stern John, Jeff Cunningham? Those guys have seemed to just gel, and you know, Cunningham's got 3 goals in the last 2 games, and Stern adds 1 yesterday.
It's been a little different for those 2 guys because Stern missed all of preseason with contract negotiations. That was up in the air. He finally came into camp. We started getting him fit. He didn't open up very well because he hadn't been scoring goals. Jeff got an opportunity, played his first game. Brian got injured, so now all kinds of things are happening. But Stern and Jeff last night, they were the show. Each of them got a goal and an assist for all of the points last night, and just put on a show for nearly 25,000 fans.
The only downside, you said it, Brian McBride injury, a little disappointing for him.
Very disappointing. I think Brian was more disappointed than he was injured, and he was pretty badly injured. Had operation on his cheek, repaired, put a couple of titanium plates in there, and he's going to be back in probably 4 or 5 weeks. But getting over the psychological dimension for him is important because he's so strong in the air.
All right, Tampa next week, back at Columbus Crew Stadium, and you've got the U.S. national game kicking off before that.
Great doubleheader for our fans. 1 ticket gets them into both games. We have the U.S. Under-17 national team playing against El Salvador. They went down to El Salvador last week, beat them 6-1. So this is a return match from El Salvador. The U.S. is pretty much assured of going to the Youth World Championships in New Zealand in November, and all they have to do is lose by 4 goals. Yeah. But I expect they'll beat them.
I imagine they won't lose by 4 goals anyway. Coach, keep it rolling. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Nice job. Herbie, let's go back over to you.
Jeff, I got to ask Fitzy who his tailor is, looking very dapper on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
Season. Well, of course, now that the first game is in the books, last weekend, the inaugural game at the stadium, the Columbus Crew will start breaking in the new stadium this weekend when they play Tampa Bay for its second game. This is the scene last week. How about that goal by Jeff Cunningham as the Crew christened the new stadium in North Columbus with a win over New England, the Revolution. But we want to give you a different view of the stadium this morning. Take a look at this. These are live pictures from Chopper 10's Sky Zoom camera of the Columbus Crew Stadium. And there's a special guest on board the Chopper this morning, Crew coach Tom FITZGERALD. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. This is your first bird's eye view of the stadium from up above, huh?
It's absolutely fabulous up here.
I was talking to the head groundskeeper, Darren Daly, earlier this week, Coach, and he has a pretty strenuous job trying to keep that turf really nice for the players.
Well, it's in great shape. If it's not the best field in the league right now, Chuck, I'm sure it's going to be in another month or so. The weather's been great. I think the rain that's coming in this weekend should help us, but absolutely fabulous view from up here. I can't even tell you how great it is.
And your impressions of the first game, Tom, with all the fans there and just the whole atmosphere?
Well, I think everything was just absolutely, you couldn't have scripted it any better from the weather to the result. A 2-0 victory.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks a lot, Coach Tom FITZGERALD, live from Chopper 10. We wish you the best of luck this weekend and for the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And another big game at the stadium tomorrow as well before the Tampa Bay game at 7:30. The U.S. Under-17 national team plays El Salvador at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Of course, the Crew game follows at 7:30.
The coach like a kid in a candy store,
Yeah.
loving life up in Chopper 10.
He's having fun up there.